Hello guys, welcome to today's class. Today I'll be talking about set in Python. And before I go forward in this class, this is a Python class. It's a practical class, and I actually started from the scratch, and I've been posting videos. So in case you've missed any of the videos I've posted, you can actually subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can catch up with us. So today I'll be talking about sets. Now, sets in Python, it's an inbuilt constructor function in Python. It's an unordered collection of unique objects. And unordered means that there is no arrangement for the elements in a set. That is, there is no particular arrangement so that it can be arranged in any way. You like the elements in a set may have different order every time you use them and cannot be accessed by index or key. If you remember in the video where I explained dictionary, you access dictionary by using their index, the key, the values, but for sets you can't access it by either index or by key. The objects in a set are immutable, that is, you can't change them. You cannot change the object after the set is created. Also, duplicate is not allowed in sets. All should be unique, and curly bracket is used to create set items in order to be able to use the methods available in a set. So uh, in set, there is no perfect arrangement, and the arrangement does not actually really matter. Also, the inbuilt method, which is called set, can be used with a constructor bracket, to carry out some manipulation with the set methods. So I'll be making a note here by saying writing sets, that can give us a perfect guideline on what we are doing. So I'll be putting sets here. Now, the first thing I'll be talking about is how to use the constructor with the inbuilt function set, to manipulate items in a set structure or data structure. Now, let me say I have a variable named my list. Say is equal to, let me just create a list of numbers. Let me add another 5. So you can see that we have two sets here. We have two 5 here, 1 and 2. They are both 5. But remember, I said set does not allow multiple appearance of any item. They must be unique. So let me run this set now and this cell. Then I'm going to create another cell here. Let me print out my list. Now, if I print out my list, oh, sorry. Okay, so let me put set, then you close the bracket. Also, remember, whenever you open two brackets like what we have here, you have to close the two brackets. So I'm using this set as a method here now. So if I run it, you can see that it removes this 5. It removes one of the 5, and we only have 1. So set does not allow duplicate of any item in it. It only allow one appearance, just single appearance. So the next thing I'll be talking about now is the methods we have in set. We have different methods that you can use in manipulating sets. Methods in sets. So now the first one I'll be talking about is difference. So I'm going to comment this out, that is the difference. Difference. So how do we use this method in set? I'm going to create two variables now. Let me just create two variables, my set, say equal to. So remember, if you want to create set item, you use the curly brackets. Here I use the normal constructor bracket because I'm using the methods here, the set method. But for this one, I'm going to create a list of sets, so I'll be using the curly brackets. Let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me just leave it at 5. Then close the curly bracket. Now let me say I also have another variable, your set. Open the curly bracket. Yes, I have 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'm going to run this. Now, if you want to see or check the difference between these two sets, we can use this dot set and dot difference by using the dot notation to call it out. So I'm going to create another cell here. Now, the way you arrange your variable in this set will determine the variable it will give priority to. How do I mean? For example, if I want to know the difference between these two sets, let me print my set dot, use the dot notation to call it out, dot difference. Then your set. Now, if I print this out, it will give priority to this my set based on the way I arrange it. I put my set first, then your set here. If I print this out now, it will only print the difference. It will only consider every item here, then also consider the what makes the difference between the items it considers here and here. It won't give preference to all the items that are not contained in this my set that we have in this your set. Let me print this out so that you can understand. Now, as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3. That is 1, 2, 3. I have 4 and 5 here in your set, which is common to both my set and your set. But I don't have 1, 2, 3 in this your set variable. So it gives priority to this my set first based on the way I arrange my print function, based on the way I arrange the variables in it. It's left out this 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Now, let's assume I change this to, okay, let me just print this. Let me print another one here and put your set first. Now, if I run this, as you can see, the first one we printed out 1, 2, 3. Now this second one printed out what? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why? Because it gave priority to this your set based on the way I arranged it. Your set comes first, then it now check the difference, what makes the difference. So it will print the difference in the first variable that appears. It will check, okay, this your set still has 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, but my set here does not have it, so it will print out that difference, and that's why we're having this 7, 8, 9, and 10. The same thing applies to my set. It checked first, it printed out 1, 2, 3, because we have 1, 2, 3 here, but we don't have it here, and 4 and 5 is common to both, so it gives priority to the first variable you put first before the dot difference method, and that's why we have this result that appears here. So that is that for difference as a method in sets. So the next one I'll be talking about, I'm going to delete this cell. So the next one I'll be talking about, let me just remove this. So the next one I'm going to be talking about is intersection. Let me create another cell, intersection. Let me comment that dot intersection. Dot intersection. and you call it. Now let me create this. Now I want to see the intersection between these two cells, I mean these two variables, my set and your set. Want to see what is common between the two of them. So what do we do? So I'm going to print out my set dot intersection, and you open a bracket and put your set. Now I'm going to print this. As you can see, what are the intersection? Just like in our elementary mathematics or secondary school mathematics, intersection means the what we have in common in different sets. Like in this particular set now, we have 4 and 5, and in this my set also we have 4 and 5. So the intersection between this my set and your set is this 4 and 5. You know, the first one we did was difference, but this one now is intersection. So what connects the two of them together is this 4 and 5, and that is why we are having this 4 and 5 as our output. So that is that for intersection. So the next one I'll be talking about is disjoint. I'm going to delete this cell also. Is disjoint. So I'm still going to be using these two variables, my set and your set. My set and your set. Let me use print my set dot is disjoint. Then your set. Now, what does this mean? It's saying that is there something that is not in common between these two variables? That is there anything at all that is not common there? If you look at this variable, they are actually common. We have some common things here. We have 4 and 5 that is common to both, but here is disjoint, is asking is there anything that is not common there. So by the time I print this out now, it will give me false, because it is false. Why? Because we have something common to both. We have something common to both my set and your set. So, and this 4 and 5 is common to both of them. So if you are now trying to check if there is any disjoint, that is it disjoint, then the answer is false. It is not disjoint. There is a joint between them, which is this 4 and 5. And you remember intersection printed out 4 and 5, which means this 4 and 5 connect these two together. So if you are not trying to check if they are disjoint, then it's going to give us this false, because they are not actually disjoint. They have something in common, which is 4 and 5, and that is why we have this false there. So that is that for disjoint. That is that for disjoint. So I'm going to delete this. So the next one I'll be talking about is union. Union. Let me create another cell. Union. Dot union. So now we want to check, want to bring the two together. That is this my set and your set, the union of it. Want to bring it together. So I'm going to print my set, then dot union. You can open brackets, then your set. So if I print this out now, as you can see, it's printed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is the combination of this and this. If I put 5 here and run this, let me run this again, you can see that we still have only single 5, because sets will not allow duplicates, and that is why we still have this single 5 here. So union will print out everything. It will combine the things you have in your various sets together. It will combine them together and give it out as just one output. So that is the function of that union. So the next method I will be talking about is subset. So I'm going to create cell here again. Let me just comment it out. That is dot is subset. That is the next method in sets that I want to talk about. Now, if I print out my set, dot is subset, then your set. So now, what does this mean? This means that what we have in my set, do we also have everything in subsets? The answer is what? False. Because my set does not contain everything we have in your set. So your set is not a subset to this my set, because my set does not contain everything we have in this your set. So we cannot say your set is a subset to my set. No, it is not subset to it. So for example, if I print let's say let me put let me just copy this, then I'll put your set first. You can see that it printed out what? True. After I printed this, it printed true. Why? Because oh sorry, I didn't change this to my set. False. It is not everything that we have. So you can see that it printed out false for the both. Why? Because it is not everything that I have in my set that I have in your set. It is not all. That is why it has to print false for the two. But let's assume or let me just put 1 comma 2, sorry, let me put 1 2 3 here. I'm going to run this set and this cell. Now if I run this again, as you can see, it's printed out what? True. for this, and it printed out false for this. Why? Because everything that I have in my set, in my set appears in your set. Do you get? Everything? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this your set. I just added it, and that is why it printed out this true, because everything in my set is subset to this your set. It contains everything. Your set contains everything I have in my set, and that's why it's printing this true. But it's printed out false, because here now it is not everything that I have in your set that we have in my set. My set only have 1 to 5, but your set has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. So it will print out false for this, because it is not my set does not contain everything that we have in your set, but your set contains everything that we have in my set. If I remove this 1, 2, 3 again, run this again, and also run this, you can see that it has changed back to false. Why? Because everything in my set is not contained in your set, and everything in your set is not contained in my set. So which means whatever you don't have in the other cell, that whatever you have in this cell and that is not in this other cell, it means is false. It's not a subset to it. But if it contains everything, just like the way I have it, 1, 2, 3, and I run this again, you can see that it has changed back to true. Why? Because everything I have there is also contained. Everything I have in my set is also contained in your set, and that is why it is printing out true as a output. So that is that for a subset. So the next one I'll be talking about is superset. Superset. Let me delete this. Create another cell here. Superset is superset. So I'm going to print. I'm still using the same variable that we created. I'm going to print my set dot is superset to your set. So I'm going to print this out. You can see that it is false. This my set is not a superset to your set, because it does not contain everything we have in your set. Just like vice versa for a subset. Once something is not a subset to another thing, then definitely it might be superset to it. Now my set does not contain is it superset to your set? No, because it does not contain everything we have in this your set. We only have 1 to 5 here, but here we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. So it does not contain everything. But if I print, let me print out let me just copy this and rearrange it. So I'll put your set first, and I'll put my set here. So I'm going to run this. As you can see, it's printed out true. Why? Because everything in my set is contained in your set. That is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you check your set very well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So your set is a superset to my set. Your set is a superset to my set, and my set is a subset to your set. So that is that for the methods we have in set when it comes to Python. And in case you've missed any of my videos, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get some other explanations about other data types I've talked about for you to see how those things work. Thank you.